Next up on KSL Outdoors.
Oh, that's pretty, Sunny. She right here.
We introduce you to a native and often overlooked upland game species.
I don't know who got it, but if it fell, I'm happy.
I'm Adam Eakle, and let's go hunting.
KSL Outdoors with Adam Eakle is brought to you by your local Ford stores.
Hey, welcome to KSL Outdoors. I'm Adam Eakle, along with my buddy Bret Wannacott. And Bret, it's big game hunting season right now, but that being said,
It's also grouse season.
yeah. So that's what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's probably an underutilized resource here in the state of Utah, and hopefully we find a few birds and have a good time.
Now we have rough and duskies here in Utah.
We have rough and duskies. We'll probably going to run into more roughs today than duskies, but we may run into some duskies.
Okay.
Duskies are a larger bird, about the size of a pheasant. Ruffed grouse are smaller, more chucker size.
All right, let's go get some.
Let's do it.
Dogs are ready.
They are way ready.
Let's go get some birds. Oh boy, okay. I've got a pretty basic sport dog.
Right.
Remington stays pretty close to me, so I really don't need GPS, but
Yeah.
as big as Sunnie runs, you need something larger than that.
Yeah, she'll disappear into the forest and go on point. We won't be able to find her. But with this unit, modern technology, we'll be able to follow it to her and walk in and hopefully kill the bird she's pointing.
What exactly you got running here? It looks like a sport dog.
This is Sport Dog Tech 2.0, and that's the tracking system on it. And we'll look more at that a little later on when she goes on point. We're just going to walk up this little draw right here.
A lot of hunters, including myself, started our upland game hunting heritage hunting grouse.
Be ready, he's birdie.
Our grandfathers and fathers called them pine hens. Some even referred to them as fool's hens, in part because they often fly into trees to avoid predators, making them easy prey for hunters.
They're not used to somebody carrying one of these. And there are a lot of guys that shoot them off the branches of trees. We try to just take them out of the air and make a sporting event of it, you know.
A lot of the time hunters will run into them in the mountains, whether deer or elk hunting. And in some cases, it's the first time that bird's ever seen a human in its life. And so they don't know what to think of you. They didn't evolve with people. They evolved to avoid goshawks and ground predators, foxes, coyotes, that kind of thing. So they're not sure what to do with a human. And so they don't really act all that scared, which kind of gives them that reputation of being a fool's hen. It's a whole different story with the dog on the ground, because they have evolved to avoid canine predators, coyotes, foxes.
She's on point 64 yards up that direction.
Hunting them with a dog can be very challenging because they behave very differently. They behave like any other upland game bird.
So we got the dog on point right here in the middle of a patch of pines. This is typical grouse. When we flush it, it's going to find a way to get one of those pines between me and it and make the shot hard.
They live in really thick habitat. They, aspen and conifer, and they select for thicker areas where there's a lot of understory, so snowberry, different shrubs on the ground. So when they come up, you often have a pine tree or an aspen tree or something in the line of fire. So you got to be quick.
For a dumb bird, he sure didn't give me much of a shot. He flew in his most advantageous direction for sure.
Sunnie is a 3-time NSTRA champion.
Oh, point. Good girl.
But even with a great dog like her,
We got grouse tracks right here. Lots of them.
it doesn't mean you're going to get a shot, let alone a bird.
Look where the doggone thing is. It's up in the pines again somewhere. Yeah. This bird's gonna school me. Maybe it flew to Adam. Good thing I brought more shells. So, again, the bird flushes through the pines. Doesn't give me much of a shot. That's typical grouse, and that's part of the reason you chase them, is because they are challenging little buggers.
I missed as well, but coming up,
There it goes.
Bret and I get our aim down, plus what to look for when hunting grouse. First, though, let's check out tonight's climate quiz question on the species of grouse found in Utah. Utah is home to 6 species of grouse. Of those 6, only 5 are thought to be native species to Utah. The dusky or blue grouse, the ruffed grouse, the Columbian sharp-tailed grouse, the greater sage grouse, and the Gunnison sage grouse are all considered native to Utah. Our climate quiz question tonight is, can you name the only non-native grouse found in Utah? Here's a couple of hints. This species was introduced into northern Utah in 1976, and it is the smallest bird in the grouse family. Now, once you know the name of this species of grouse, log on to our KSL Outdoors Facebook page, give us the correct answer. We'll then randomly select and announce a winner on our page the following week. The winner set to walk away with a Climate Static V sleeping pad. KSL Outdoors, powered by Ford. We'll be right back with Sunnie and Bret chasing grouse.
KSL Outdoors is also brought to you by Smith & Edwards, Fish Tech Outfitters, Utah State Parks, Burt Brothers, Climate, King's Camo, and Camp Chef.
Sunny's on point. You cover this window, I'll cover that window.
Welcome back to KSL Outdoors as we hunt forest grouse with our buddy Bret Wannacott.
Good boy, Remington. Got him! Yes.
Nice.
It's running though.
Get it! Dead bird!
Fish.
Dead bird!
The last I saw it was right here. I shot it again.
You okay?
Yeah, just soaking wet now.
Check your muzzle. Dead bird. Good boy! Good boy! Get it! Not the best retrieve, but...
Hey, we got a bird.
Good boy!
Oh, it's a ruffed.
Yeah, it looked a little small.
Yeah, it's a ruffed.
When you were running over here to try and finish this bird or find it, you took a spill.
I took a spill, and the first thing Adam says is check your muzzle for mud. Well, look.
Yeah, you're tan.
If I put another shell through this, I'd blow this gun up.
Yeah.
So
Always
that was
check.
good. Always
check mine
That's-
all the time.
that's-
Every time I get a chance, I'm
That's
looking
real
at it.
good. Now the bad thing here is we got a dog on point, so I got to get this muzzle thing
hurry.
fixed, and we got to get going. I got her. I got her.
Okay,
We're good.
good.
Yep, let's go.
One of the interesting things about both of these species is their population dynamics change over time. So in the early season, you have brood still together. So you have the hen with her chicks. And in August, they're still together.
I'll go down and check it out.
But as you roll into late September, early October,
I just about went skiing.
they've broken up, that brood. And so the birds are out dispersing. The males are trying to find their own territory. And so you start to find a lot of singles. And with dusky grouse, the interesting thing is later in the year, they'll actually start to group back together.
We climb high. Sunny gets the point down low.
Higher in elevation in the pine trees, and so in late October, November, you can start to see big groups again in conifer ridgelines.
Pretty low intensity point. Who knows what's gone on? It took us a while to get here. I can't see anything beyond that tree, so if it goes that way, it's all yours. I got tracks. Remy thinks there's one in there too. Sunny, seek. See if she figures this guy out. Fetch! Good girl, fetch! Right here, baby. Fetch him here. Good girl. Well, right here, baby. And drop. Good girl. That's how a bird's supposed to look when it comes to hand. The first shot, I blew away this pine tree right here.
Did you?
This little pine tree.
These things are tough.
And I thought I might have got it then.
Yeah.
But then I saw it, I kept my gun up and I saw it out there a little ways. And I mean, as far as grouse shooting goes, this is a wide open shot, and still he managed to put a pine tree between he and I. See this beautiful, beautiful ruff they have up in here?
Yep.
This perfect black ruff. That's sort of how they get their name. They get this little cute little crest on their head. I think we've had 7 or 8 flushes, and we've managed 2 birds out of that. I know I've shot 6 rounds for 2 birds, so
shot once.
they've handed it to us today.
They've given us a run.
Yeah, I
We've all
mean,
fallen a few times.
we have.
Next up, we set our sights on the dusky grouse. But first, back to the guys at Fish Tech for tonight's fishing report.
Hi, my name's Greg Giovanoni. I'm here with Fish Tech's Tip of the Week. So this time of year, the browns begin to spawn, and we are going to be focusing on setting up bead rigs to pick up those big rainbows and cutthroat that are sitting behind them picking up those eggs. I usually run a straight size 6 to 8 octopus hook. I'll run about 2 inches from my hook to my bead, and I like to peg it. I like to use a silicone indicator versus a toothpick. From there, I'll run 12 to 18 inches, just depending on current, from my bead to my split shot. And then from there, I'll match my, say, the depth of the river. I usually go about 1.5 depths to my indicator, and I'm using a twist lock indicator. It doesn't mar the leader. These are pretty cool little indicators that I've got turned on to the last few years. Some people throw a lot of really bright artificial beads early in the season. I kind of like to keep them to the natural color. So typically I'll go from translucent bead to a non-translucent bead. You know, the more dead, older looking egg that's been in the system tends to get a little bit more attention later in the spawn than a bright, new looking egg gets in the spawn. For more tips like these, come on in, we'll get you set up with what you need. Now for tonight's fishing line.
Welcome back to KSL Outdoors. Well, Brett, we shot some roughs. We're hoping today maybe some dusky.
Yeah, we hope to find some duskies. This is a canyon I've hunted since I was a kid. My stepdad introduced me to this canyon when I was about 12 years old in 1982.
Cool.
And I've been hunting it ever since. So I'm excited to go down in there with you. So
Sunnie, she knows this area well.
she's excited. You can see her shaking with excitement.
Let's do it.
All right.
So we just watched Sunnie go through this draw here. It's kind of cool watching her work it, and then she hit the pines right where we were hoping they would be, and she's on point. So
we've got her on the GPS at 84 yards. Oh, that's pretty, Sunnie. She's right here. Be ready, Adam. I'm gonna try to flush it your way, Adam. Oh, I see the bird. Here it comes, Adam. Didn't get it. We got great footage of it. She stopped again, Adam. 52 yards up in those pines. So we got a Sunnie on point right here. Again, it's in that same formula we were seeing the other day, right underneath these spruce trees. There's probably a bird in here. I'm gonna try to flush it back towards Adam. They typically like to fly downhill, so we've got Adam in a shooting lane, and hopefully we get a better opportunity at this one than the last one. It does not want to flush. Well, I squared up an aspen tree.
Maybe?
I don't think so. I think this tree took the bulk. I was on him, but I think the tree took the bulk of the pellets. Oh,
Can't believe that.
I can't either. Pretty bird too, wasn't it?
A little rough.
Yeah, this whole thing's a little rough. Yeah, she's on point. She's looking uphill from us, Adam, so walk that direction. How are you supposed to shoot a bird through that? Can you see her, Adam? Okay. Oh, I see the bird. It's right there. It's on a limb in the middle of that fallen pine. Do you have a shot anywhere? I don't know who got it, but if it fell, I'm happy. Fetch. That's my girl. That's my girl. Right here, baby. Here. Good girl.
look at that. Beautiful.
Look at that fan. That's what the guys in the East live for, and I sure love it too.
That's fun.
Oh, it's way fun, and we're seeing lots of birds.
But we came here for duskies, and just as I was about ready to give up, Sunnie was on point one last time.
There they go. Get him, Adam. Good shot. Good shot. Doubling up. Good girl, Sunnie. Fetch him here. Good girl. Nice birds, Eakle. And that was great shooting.
A couple duskies. They're a lot bigger bird, aren't they?
Yes.
Boy, look at that fan on them too.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. God, that's a big bird. So as you've seen, ruffed and duskies are both associated with pine trees. According to Bret, he says he also finds ruffs in younger aspen stands. Bret also suggests taking a look at the crop of a bird after taking it. That way, you know what the bird is feeding on.
Yeah, anytime you're hunting birds, it's always good to check the crop. If you know the food source, that goes a long way into locating them. I suspect that it's ashberry, but it may be leaves or even pine needles. It's full of berries. Ashberry, mountain ashberry, and pine needles. Opening them up definitely goes a long way towards identifying the food source. And I don't care what you're hunting. When I hunt pheasants, if I want to know if they're feeding on corn, or if they're feeding on wheat or safflower or whatever the case may be, I open them up and take a look at them when I clean them. You might as well, you're there anyway.
Time to check out another species of grouse in tonight's Utah Field Guide. The sharp-tailed grouse is a medium-sized prairie grouse, also known as the sharpie, fire grouse, or firebird, due to their reliance on brush fires to keep their habitat open. In April, these birds gathered on established leks for some of the most amazing dancing and courtship displays seen in the wild. Historically, sharp-tailed grouse ranged throughout central Utah, but they are now limited to a remnant population in eastern Box Elder, Cache, and Morgan counties. The sharp-tailed grouse is native to Utah and is listed as a sensitive species by the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources. Hunters, however, still have an opportunity to hunt these unique birds by applying for a limited number of permits through the draw process. If you draw, your permit allows for just 2 birds to be taken for the season. For more information on the sharp-tailed grouse or any other creature found in Utah, be sure to check out our Utah Field Guide on our outdoors page at ksltv.com. Time to check out this week's recreation forecast. Welcome back to our Utah grouse hunt. You know, today was the opener of the pheasant hunt here in Utah. If you didn't get out, don't worry. The pheasant hunt runs until December 2nd on both private and public lands. This year, like last year, the DWR will be again releasing 10,000 birds on 61 pheasant release sites throughout the hunt. For information on those sites and the hunt, check out the DWR's website at wildlife.utah.gov.
They're really underrated as far as beauty goes. I think they're a gorgeous little bird.
Yeah, great introductory bird for kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And adults alike.
Yeah. We've actually received quite a few snapshots recently of grouse and kids. And
yeah, the population's great, and I mean anybody can go up in the national forest and hunt these birds, so that's the wonderful thing.
All right. Hey, let's check out some of those grouse and the kids in this week's Snapshot of the Week.
We kick it off with a limit for a Zubek. Ren has been waiting all year long for the grouse hunt. He found these guys on the tallest, rockiest ridgeline in the county and ended up bagging a limit. Check out this cute little guy. This is Drake's first hunting season, showing off a limit of ducks. When Mom and Dad asked him what a duck says, Drake replied, "Boom, boom." I'd say Drake is on the right track. This is Haley and her first bull. Haley used her mother's tag as part of the DWR's mentor program. This was a multi-season hunt, and it's a good thing it was, as the fires this summer caused major issues down on the Nebo unit. Haley made a 3-mile cat and mouse stalk on this bull with her mother, father, and grandfather by her side and made a perfect 220-yard shot. Brecken managed to bag a couple of long-tailed roosters on this year's youth pheasant hunt. Dad Cade wanted to thank all the organizations that make these hunts possible. He says it's a great way to get kids off the gadgets and into the field. Caleb had some opening day success down in the southern zone with his 3-year-old son Tice. They were hunting a layout blind when Dad was able to coax some geese to within range, and they both set up and Caleb knocked one down, a memory this father and son will never forget. And finally, our winner tonight was out on the youth pheasant hunt.
Get him, Rusty. Shoot him, Kate. Yeah! Woo! Good dog.
Good shot, Kate.
Kate and her trusted dog Rusty had a fun-filled pheasant day a few weeks ago. School may have been in session, but Kate, Braxton, and Hunter were all out in the field studying a different subject. And as you can see, old Kate scored an A. And that's not all you just scored, Kate, as your video just scored you our Snapshot of the Week. Remember, submit your pictures or video plus an explanation of your latest outdoor adventures online at ksltv.com. The winner each week wins the new Camp Chef Versatop Grill and Griddle. Small in size, large in cooking capacity, perfect for those on the go. Plus, the winner is also entered into our Ford Trucks quarterly Facebook giveaway for a Camp Chef pellet grill.
From the backcountry to your back patio, Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
These Duskies and the Ruffs, they work you. Almost, not as much as Chuckers. There goes. But they work you.
Yeah, they do. You know, if we'd have had a little more time today, I think we would have done a little bit better. But
yeah,
we still saw plenty of birds. We just didn't do as well with the guns as maybe we could have.
Yeah, it was a little sloppy. We're a little out of shape.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got a couple fun things planned. We're going to go chase some pheasants and some quail, something we've never done.
No, we haven't. Not especially not together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up in Oregon, we got a friend that's invited us up to hunt some great property, and we're looking forward to doing that.
Good. We'll tie it in. We'll go visit my daughter who's playing softball up in Idaho.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, maybe catch a game or something.
That'd be great.
Maybe we'll even take the boyfriend out.
I don't know.
We could have an accident. Hey, I'm Adam Eakle, KSL Outdoors, reminding you to get with your family, your friends, your good buddies like old Bret Wannacott, make some memories outdoors. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.